ban if never.
I say
And some other way. Or my see anebe. What's ever Macadam Ghana any year? I first out Chaseba. Name Prince say, will be a sense your chain will be. None of questions from saying Naku could do and value of my life. Yes, I'm for a bus. A free adwegido, a babigina.
Angel.
Na Macadam say, I buy it to initiate money per bitubia. Yamusmeboa. Yet you come is ensure ye ban when we are under threat. Musmuka will be now known journalists who correct a bass walk congalam say. Dinazia correct a yampa, correct to trunk of body, Momian Canon Hassan. I require for the bit my bones and throw for home buying. One more year you may feel one more bit money ye. Yata with a more marry I am my way near Cohon. Ah, Nanipon Parliament winner, Sebi, Omun Ghana.
Omun Ghana.
Ah, so much on my one. Salary Gombe. There were problems in the last 32 years. I hunted both sides.
Angel.
We can't solve economic problems. You can't solve unemployment problems. Environmental issues, we can't solve them. The ban of and then mommy and transit near four marry one. Say problems are way by 1 million, way by 1 million. Yes, I'm wondering. Let's answer Mui. I almost pay no almost for a jar into them. One pump for you into woman, sorry, a child and a pa, woman of a bianco edwa. Ah, and then I won't hear from her. Anyway, so millions will be arguing on my wishing one. Problems are your home, she said, never time at Yediko to a bar. Who, when about the time I was living, you're more than busy. What can I tell you? No, so can you wise? Okay, Ofurukwagu. Shaba, yeah. What kind of behavior is this?
Then you say, Bia, a benefit Obi was our coin because I remember saying,
to Bass, parties in me, no. A dear pan will be your film.
Former President Mahama, they not see, and he said it's a good news. Because now we're taking over the majority side into a GDC in Chibia, the presidency, no, and so Baba become.
Already working and say, a sign said, Obit Medunkum, fine. But me can't see, Diana Bayame. Yeah, my country will say,
maybe I'm not more people.
My country will say, between 2026 and 2027, irrespective of buying wedding. What is so?
Angel.
I am a friend in whom I know. Sabana, you woman. You have a training program. Go and market. Young, you know. And you work when you so. Your mama 32 years. Problems now, you're done your own ecoban. And one in whom I am. Then I see a question. Ah, may I say, make you woman tells you. I think why not bet me born for Parliament form the Shamra Supreme Court only take your constitution and just say why not born for committee why not Uber born for us I say with you
well
me to me a needless I be so no mensa. Woman for agency, that sense of agency, woman come and solve all my problem. No one sense to you know.
Lawyer Adum Apia. Lawyer Akwaba. Na Impombo Kode.
Yami Adum.
Okay. My memory so answer about docs on this issue. Ebobo Eba because last week, you know, I'm saying no ebon komo. Emma wouldn't seem be a tuja. Now, o party no ako courts. After courts, this is the Abba Ewo Parliament. Meaning reaction never saying.
Come on, me hear about. Why is so bad time? Means mesum. Baby, I'm packing my car. I mean, indicate teacher. Baby, I'm packing my car, baby. Man, until I be doing traffic situation here, where traffic lights away. City authorities, more than money in free hole. Simple thing. Can you keke? Abba. Madam city authorities.
City authority that
he na kukudo de abobo ye gina sa busy road ejikla ho wo fa bola
Onia
lawyer
me chetifo na ma share regional minister na me chairman untumi ne party mpanimfo mo nkoso nya adwumaden na his excellency Dr. Muhammad Baumia and that's oba bosheba Bema Ghana ye so much ya am we na made in nkra me answer question you made in nkra atwaso actually say digital comic rebi ho o my be you your problem with parliament o ye wo hwan we dey you ni nsunsu so no mo fan hye yera bambabi na Mr. PV dwanto ase ye hu de ye mfa mo no so bo ya wade bia in law your friend there reasonable man and I said the objective man on the street. The objective man, the reasonable objective man on the street. And you me subjectivity me party a me join ma sorry a me ko me tribe a me free mu kura me free mu nti ba ye no me ka bia ma me kuro mu fo world over. Nasa obi jitum se me practice democracy. A war. Akadia the practice democracy. And the democracy ni practice ni biara. Ya kan democracy. Now se mekobia. And wonsun so and ya kan monarchy. And also the and you say had the dictatorial rule can be Russia, Iran, Onamana camera dauso. Oko demonstration now sense through. And mono omo ye dictators. The pay and or any chrome. Now also be democracy. The tenets of democracy no started from the application of rule of law. Rule of law. Let everybody go. Rule of law. A bet chiro. And yes, we're a democratic country. Rule of law no. Name soon so back home. I am more dear yajuma a separation of powers. Separation of powers no. Yes, a parliament for Nkwashamra. Executive for enforce somrano. Executive no so many arms. Police for you part of the executives. Komuna enforce emra parliament ashe. Na courts, the judiciary, I interpret when there is a problem for interpretation. Yeah, in first part of the constitutional democracy, Buka a boy in my friend 1992 constitution. This 1992 constitution actually obiani na juma oye. Dear executive bay, dear judiciary bay, dear parliament, I friend the legislature on us bay. Na dear obi a parliamentarian says no be a speaker. I'm running in a parliamentarian. I'm running in a speaker.
Sure.
Yana holding so. And there's the rule of law, not the rule of brawn. You have a three. Enti asamaba parliament. When you see ho, one side of the parliament is there. Yentiasia one interpretation. How they took provisions, certain provisions of the 1992 constitution. No? You are going to seek interpretation from those our constitution, you know, emo kwan say omunye nchirechire mu ewo mra no. Now ya ebi ho asem no nya daje because of the urgency of the situation in the circumstances into no. Ya wade bi a friend injunction. Sabi obi a onko classroom da bia sabi mo fan cheme ati se court the injunction to obi so da. Ni oba ko friend permanent and a perpetual. And you back with friend interlocutory no. A friend no member for interim. And when you ya dear, she we sign, because it's a benya daji, na mo bebo mu nkro ni yie ni ahwehwem a part of the rule of law. And now one side the Parliament, Supreme Court, I had the apex of the judiciary arm no. Okoba no say, Mr. Speaker, so be aware a fast uncle who now kana chisai. But the status quo ante litem and yajuma and son or mobile court no. No. It is called status quo ante litem. Before the court proceedings and no, and that is the anti-yama injunction. Papa, me see me feel you be bugu, be a chance as no man song, but be a drone bugunas ye baka. The damage cannot be repaired. O yen no de bayamen, yen to me fan kwesi baby see until ma tabron tono so. Na yibia senior. What's the pa? Edemra. Asha on sama ko Parliament. Mrana do koye. Mrana do a selective as speaker.
Angel.
Namra krona fan be catcher was say twen so a. Was one twen. I don't need to be here to discuss these things. I don't need to be here. I better go to the field as I was yesterday. Going from house to house campaigning and explaining it there. To me Crawford say, "Sani ma we nti." Utaba ma NDC ahweye because sanya media and say sanya me and say betes abrante bia ze fen sama janfi say e one too many na dear judiciary here no or is a lawyer.
He's a lawyer.
Or say
he's a lawyer.
Or say I'm maintaining or say I know why. Me say or say or a lawyer. A lawyer has 4 duties. Duty to country, duty to community, duty to the courts, and duty to clients. Lawyer Bia was said here first, needs to be protecting the dignity and the sanctity of the court. The assumption is that Odia wouldn't change the Boateng. And actually, I did buy and run me one or run radio be me free. But you sang about na me radio station be. Papa bit is accountant those say. And I will say, at the end of the simple English na tray. Ntino, on tias say. You mo free court wa dem ho a enye. Bra. Simple English on. The word deemed. Deemed. D-E-E-M-E-D. Go and read to Verse Attorney General. And no man court. Just one word deemed. English language, and your Hausa. And your Arabic, and your Spanish. Deemed. Deemed to have been elected. Deemed to have been appointed to Supreme Court. Other than that, 1979, Anka Justice, Chief Justice Palunko, and man, Chief Justice. Okay. One President running meter, Nitiaba ballot boxes there. One will be there. I didn't think that Nitini ballot boxes by a baby vice president. Because he is deemed to have been elected.
Okay.
He is deemed to have been elected. Entity Ebamra. Na yeah. Let's put our personal watching. Me. Last week about what me. Make us the American I may be wrong until it is interpreted by the Supreme Court. Okay. That is the duty of a lawyer.
Okay. All right.
But me submission, you know, let me just say, media minimum say that yes, Adam Sababin Zane Dieti. Adena Abidru was say the orders of the Supreme Court has been served on the clerk of Parliament, who's the administrator.
Yeah.
And then Unyaku could say me got away court.
The speaker do unyanchre say
that speaker and a working man will be why do you was as a parliamentarian? Why do you will say Bukota and Mutia to speaker Abeka? Because question Bukota and Mutia. So Bukota and Mutia. What could draw away be more on the table? Because let's not forget the adult one yemra and the man do be to us a Supreme Court body and I'm running say bamra munanchira chide munya juma ko yes amijan fi kan be kan bi speaker here because the case yemra go they will read BBI we are to also say when can declare a seat is vacant.
Okay,
it's only the courts.
Okay, mesanya ba obi mamenko doc so na memra mesanya ba na ya ba beto so doc akwa ba bi
enyo
me ji se nkomodi ni nyina wo sum dada
endo ase ne wakrachi for akwanya mode ama me Angel FM ndamu nyina ase bom achia otu for ne mpanimfo Dr. Kwakuti and a paper bia will be a Michel Bronzy, Michel PV or being and a lawyer and so PV or being Benny, PV Jantua. Oh my God. Lawyer, sorry. And simple haka lawyer run on my boy because looks as if say Ojidi say speaker no akasa. Me say speaker can simbia say
speaker Supreme Court unreacted there's no reaction.
Minim dey Ojidi say yemfa so bo no ema speaker because all be we na asem no so no can say ono ni position o gina wa asem no no gina ho and in a way speaker and gina on any position. I don't understand it. Has the speaker got any look of sa assembly by for the kind or kind na based on non-interest of Article 97 1G and H. Speaker wo akwanya bi a obetimi akansa asem no and if wo akwanya bi na legal year now we all respect everybody's position until an interpretation from the Supreme Court. I don't see why we should blame the speaker or summary. I don't see it. Over the weekend many akwanya are related to this issue. Now me Gidi said I expect the speaker to respect the Supreme Court's position. And especially given the fact that Supreme Court position is conclusive. And you're conclusive. But then a semna nkasa no yasembia yemfanso nto ho. Yenyama no na hwa enche. Nti se Supreme Court abam said omabam ya rightly so because they were called on to work, to act. And then they have done part of the work. I say omutimi assign to whom Rikana yadi a closure about this issue. Me hunu say a bibia so nim faso. A bibia o manu ntimi mu na nimu so. Asame si no na nipa nan no anamo mutu no parliament no. Na o manu ntimi mu na nimu so. O manu pu o manu mpu na o say o manu address o manu share ya say o mo address no o mo address in this particular case me Gidi say a speaker na share and what you na mo what you subsequently no Supreme Court has been called upon to also relate to the issue and they have done so partially. Me no as at now me Gidi say wo can see ni p say nti sa crash for no other say ombegina bonkuma na so ombegina nifa omo anu nsi me Gidi say na no pay ensemo a ebetimi asi o parliament no speaker na esan gina mfimfin no kro ni say na me hwehwe say ka and pay ye yoni afanu no mpanifo no mienu ebehia o chambers na ebia ordinance ase atokwan mu aka kire mpanifo no go and get your people to do the right thing ewo baby a ye di television akoto na obi a ehwe bi no maybe ansakra na etimi ahye bibia ase and no kran says bibi sa na me hwe animu and the pay na me share a TV so one of the stations and sana me sorry about hey over the weekend I me gidi say on the pay be a nyinsam. And I said that the speaker doesn't live on an island. If he Thursday no edini an intias ye go akwam no meboa. And a Friday na Supreme Court anso ba mu. In the weekend number betum. Until island be so in the sense that in some ekoso nyina wonim. And democracy is democracy. Even when you don't agree with somebody.
Okay.
You know, people have had to take painful decisions when they are very sure, say, even the courts were wrong. In the elections of the year 2000 in the United States of America, Al Gore was bitter. The crime said, Al Gore brought forward 2 claims, say he disagrees with this thing, but he accepts it. So I brought for another AUC in 2012. Al Gore was very bitter. Ojidi said, I mean, but it was a technical issue. In the United States, time be do or say a president be produced. Yes, sir. By lawyer for that there will be a constitutional crisis. And you know, the initial by the same Supreme Court of the United States of America say yen sign kind Florida a money beam. Omo an share yen sign kan be do me no say no. Or see omu jai because yet me can nyina nwie ansa na da say aba eda no ban so say edu omampani esi akonwa num. The Supreme Court of the United States of America, yes, or respected the electoral procedures and other, but or share the broader, bigger picture of the whole country, the country's stability. Does he know Musa nyai kan? And ne the wadi a kind by a manner ya kan wi no. The wedding kunu no mumfa nkosi akonwa no so. There's something in it there. Over there, you realize that they decided to look at the common good of the whole country, and that was national security and stability. Other than interest, our political parties, Al Gore representing his party, and at that time, George Bush Jr. also representing his party. And this will not be the first time a Supreme Court I take a decision. Are those affected negatively, Nigeria said they don't agree with the Supreme Court. Okay. This will not be the first time. I've always said something. President Obama, Africa needs strong institutions. President Obama said anything. What are strong institutions? How do they come about? I don't think that some countries have strong institutions, not others any. Strong institutions do not just come about. And yet, among a Tari Duaso, na Ebrea, na Noa Theatre form. In political science, we look at this relationship, politics and institutions. And seriously speaking, more special case at Midebe there. Politics and institutions and the way they relate. In this particular case, what is happening in Parliament, politics. And then they came up with the institutions, that constitutional provision 197 H and G and H, that is the institution, that is the constitution. And then I establish a framework on my yaman yourself and tansi. See, when they come into that sort of contest, some sort of clasher, it becomes interesting. Yeah. What we are interested in political science is the outcome. How it is resolved, and then the outcome. Okay. The outcome, and my politics no mu yedu, and my institutions no so emu yedu, in the sense that Article 97, 1 G and H ye ko enemy, assembly kofa ho, that is following Supreme Court's pronouncement on it na, achinye bi ema ho biem. And so that provision would have become stronger because ye nyanti ase strong ko afa kwan ye de be adwuma ho. And then the politics going forward. So you're a member of Parliament, now say, oh, person, free. Yes.
No, Mr. Lam, that's what last week position.
No, it's okay. But at the end of the day,
the entire measure at the end say, me share Ghana movie be. I don't. Something on Mac Brown, and now that fair lady back you kind of Mama Brown. Now a police in here. I've forgotten the two of them who was present. Obisa or Quackra or share a motor check. And I say or Quackra. And I say na Sabina Dashon also you know so Bobo 6 number drew. Baby a gene any can now call it distance na cat no. I used to also between the I was mature for future over speeding. Say a share Ghanaian movie can talk now. As a moody agro. But Mammy Chemo and Uncle Fontias almost such in a practical way. Mimi teacher me the law of interpretation. Okay, say cantata. Move in your groda. Who say or move ye concert or move ye concert. Barunim Obana by from Nana ya. Yana say, Obiu. Now more yen of TV so never for Jenny near money a pamini as a TV so. Is if ye. Future over speeding. I was a young one was a future over speeding. Nanalogos anyway. Yeah, MPs no for future over speeding. In quotes. Because that unless I bet the way the term of the Parliament national term nebre ebra obedino. Ade file. No munya na betimi awene.
Okay.
Omo man wini no. Would they be beneficiaries of S crash what this term? Omo file in any time way any yo. Whether NPP Parliamentary or NDC Parliamentary or Independent Parliament, any time we initially you until I future over speeding.
Supreme Court.
That is
it. But
not Dr. Kayibi. I support everything that he said, except to add to it. Say now I say Speaker, a bit me I declare now, unless and until I am a provision in the constitution or even in the subsidiary legislation like standing orders of parliament and then in Crown Banner will be bit me the black and white. Actually me say this is the provisional a mass speaker it me declare will be seats vacant no. I'll support the speaker.
Okay.
But maybe the minimum say the high court and has been given that prerogative right to declare a seat vacant and I want to say what's your parliament? If I get a majority or parliament in there, now say the otisono different party and on your presidency now. Now me a majority of parliament. And the man say you do parliament be you vote with an explanation be. Yeah, pam will be a free. Yeah, and it will be tantamount to legislative coup. You do parliament be here. And the entire say ma obin cross carpet no. And yes omo ye na mo de kwahye mo. E won nsunsu so started from the First Republic. First Republic no. Obi kodru ho wi enam se Kwame Nkrumah majority a wan support na onya bibinti no. What he did was that of also ma ba be join no. Enti ye kromo fo nim ze the UP ni na koy. Ade chance me dem ko CPP. Na ye twere constitution na ye twere mra. We look at the lacunas way back. Ni ayi measures at the atwaso entini as could do parliament that's a vehicle they call you. You are serving for that term, otherwise a see money at there must say more young punish then they don't need to go to elections or want to ask your MP.
Okay.
The next parliament move.
Okay. Minutes now can my member Uncle PV.
Kwame.
Now I know the account on Kwabusa and the question was John account on Kwana. I didn't know me news about Dr. Machimayano. Oh, of
most politics
of now of a PV and the crowd. Oh, Kwame now. Of our mammy class of Joe. Account Kwa of Nasa me of an who am media there. Who am media there. I know this entire name the Omade back home. I offer who catch you Kwame say. Who the old campo. No call parliament jail or coin. To my Dr. Machin Casana Kofi.
Most of them can pass be any. And first when is it say? Woman Yasim Bianca. Oh, say politics in tea. William say, well, lawyer. And now Catherine said, was a lawyer. But you know this American fee is a lawyer.
Yes, I'll maintain that. Say,
Mami
sure we get
Mami come say munye.
Tell me casa we do twe. Lawyer BI officer of member. Lawyer BI committee. Lawyer BI officer of the court.
Mami come
now
say.
Ujina hai. Wo kwame a wo ye host. Guengela nimase na to aso ye wadwuma. Guengela from nimase na to aso ye wadwuma. I'm giving you a clear example. Guengela nimase chicha bibo o director. Chicha bibo the institution of we called Angel. Na to aso ye wadwuma.
Wonim says obeka sa asem we. Na me ka chense. Obi a onim so lawyer.
I'm giving you the basis.
Me ba to boss twen. Onya ade bia enche se onye lawyer. Or misconducting him in any way. Mona mo frɛ mo ho de ben ya.
The rules and etiquette. Airline na it enjoins a lawyer to promote the sanctity of the court. So be Jonas Uchaba Chief Justice. To me, I don't consider you as a lawyer.
Okay, to you.
Yes.
And you know. And you know, who opinion on chese on your lawyer. Who opinion na we entitled to know. And say ye kase nipa o mo misconduct o mo. A political friends fraternity. O mo make na o mo Ghana
Parliament dey na just
adia e bi esi Ghana ha e bi nsi da. From NPP for in 1971 Dr. Bujia Dr. Martin okay Salah case no. A certain democratically elected president Bujia what court akodi for was no court one me say ye pa ban bi ogu TUC friends and UP traditional tutu asem ne patapa asem o Ghana politics mu nyina wo me de bae ma wo me enko
yenko da wi ameso meba enya ne etam kra ye beto
etino munya sa de na mo ye no
ye beko
ade na mo ye no
all answers for you
emfaso bi ani so emfaso bi ani so se ne pan se wo hia no na ne be din komo asre a you don't denigrate him wo hia ni pan se won kesa no bem dia wo pa de opebia ka che no but obi a wonim se
so by parity of reasoning there is no way Samija finish if he has be din komo asre enya sana oka that be
what am I address you
me address Samija me by your argument and by parity of reasoning there's no way Samija would communicate to the chief justice laugh
wonim asema me kan bia no enu Samija we a lawyer and a very good one we a lawyer wa conducting him very well every mra obey a lawyer ebesi ne hu ni asem bia na kwa me dintina me katum say me sansem we hu nche na ehia me say which other way you look at it sansem na esi no hwe ebi asiesie aba esisi time no obi fi say all numbers in the ba ko afiri mu a enye den ha no se ye pemra kan sa be na o senka ye ka sa amra no na wo o memo atim no edu ba bi na mra no emia wo dia wo peso kan ho asem en kan wo dia janema nko ene de be bi edu no because various times e BCC ye na baby esi no obi e numbers in the ba ko afiri ma enye den
ka me mo kan ba bi esi na ma hu sem crop that
me
but me can no wa say no two cases are the same hwe why you saying it he wrote a letter to the speaker
men kan why you saying it because minimum you saying
yes see now
men kan why you saying ko de 190 free ha e ko ha
na
men kan jo say usi de any yes jo say usi de any offense any esema de difference be na ara mon kan kwesa
jo say usi de
one esema de difference be na
jo say usi difference wo be
difference be na as amount from the first time second time no o ko do name and before ayen no be na esema ye
me say
nyen no bia before mo fa we ntumu ho fo
tie
mo munipa e dia senam e dia na mo fa nya esema na me bese me ko nyam na twam ka
ko
nyam ko pon na twam ka
ko
mo munipa bia
wo mo say ba se akobi ko mo timi depend wani
e dia senam man kan che esema e free na na ko fa depend so me timi ni nya enne ne wo sana ko hanum no
o so do sa wo lo ya ni ana
na obi wajira
what I'm saying memza nkoji
over mamicho ade over
one say nyame twam ka won ma beti so mintim ni nya adwuma mintim ni nya adwuma enne
On say
and I saw him no
e ka ono nko ano wan nyan kan bi
eti mu hwe bi mu hwe
na ho odi aba
me say we
okay
Ghana for mo obi an so asem we emfa mfa so bi am na ye
mate
emfa mfa so ni nko so bi am na man anka ne hwete ene senya ne wusem a ye di soldier for akwa jira parliament
I
je no me yo
sana speaker pe no sana speaker
ena mdi ka me
say kwame
kwame ena masama de Supreme Court
kwame
do mo shamra parliament o mo mdi mra ye adwuma de de ben ya executive mi asem we lawyer ni make sure me de obetimi ebo bi for lawyer for no bi ko ase sa stay of execution
yeah almost say
asema akwa court ya ma judgment answer
dabi obwa
lawyer for no be bri abeka say
exam say asem we wo bi ani bim wo bi ani for ehun nya needless
interlocutory
say wo mo nwe o man hu a
ma me sure ade
da bia won person mo bi bia for
your case bagana ha aya waso west wogon 1996 papa o wi ni ye no na your friend no friend say Isaac Amo ena ye this city man no na ne kunu ye so for forgotten the name
we be quite
almost na quarter in fie 9 the onu wi ni ye no court o ade be chi ama ya parliament ne term aso no ena ebu ama amo ewo 1996 JJ Rawlings was the president on the form majority then NPP vote that just a fraction of about 67 as I say
yeah
and as a Kamuarini one parliament seat is so da one so da ade bechi ama parliament no a lifetime akwa wie no and as Isaac Kamu una win here from the court NDC dey na de
meba yesi no eno bi na besi
court tie kwame mami wie mami wie
because
court
number
be court and I decide you sometimes the court decided there and this was okay me ka so obi akwa ikulu am obi but court they decided here they had the majority then and they were okay and then there so court ka say twen so on ka so abu o Dr. Machi make a profound statement say on no.
Okay.
But so we a speaker, we a member of parliament. Now emran a do call parliament. Now so mumran so you do not
say o nimran no.
Na nem crop akotena ayi ade ono mu come on. The speaker is part the speaker parliament I want
to ne offense
because speaker no behave
who can say o say chairman
and the man as your MP.
Okay, so wrong. Speaker, you're wrong.
Monsieur, Munkobusa, Asema was chairman at the time my cocoa here Emma ruling on a some occasion.
Okay, Mr. PV John to Daxon, thank you very much for your time. Yanko Ponsha Papa Passe and then so Obe support Dr. Akwesi Amakye Boateng. Dr. Akwesi Amakye Boateng, a senior lecturer at the Department of History and Political Studies, KNUST, Mr. PV John Toa Daxon, and I feel lawyer Kwame Adomapia, regional secretary for the New Patriotic Party. Thank you very much, Edward Papa. Sir, and also Utie.